How you doing, folks? Welcome back to Irish and Scottish Fishing and Fly Tying. So today I'm just going to tie up a quick pattern for you. It's my version of a hot head cruncher. Now, if you've looked at my channel, I've got all the cruncher patterns on here, and this is just a very generic pattern. But I like putting a hot head on it, so an orange. But you can, same style of pattern, you can tie this with a chartreuse head or a yellow head. I've had a lot of success with the chartreuse and yellow, but it's definitely very good with the orange head, so I'll quickly show you how to tie it up. So like anything, I'll just get this out of the vise, and then start off with a size 10 B175. Now this pattern, like the majority of all my crunchers, you can tie it all the way down to a 14 or even a 16. Quite an easy pattern to tie. So I'll just get that on there nice and tight. So the thread for this is I'm using UNI-THREAD 80 in hot orange or fire orange. And all I'm going to start off with doing is just put a nice little layer of thread on just there, just at the front of the head. And then I'm going to come in with my rib, which is just a fine copper wire, nice and small. I'm going to catch this into the bottom of the hook. Run it down. Just run it down, making sure it stays on the bottom of the hook. And you just want your, just down to just past the barb. Put that out of the way, so you can put your tail in. So for the tail of this, I'm using fiery brown cock hackles. Now you can use hen hackles if you want, or you can even use the what do you call it, pheasant tail fibres as well. But for this pattern, I'm using fiery brown short cock hackles. So all I'm going to do is just grab a portion of them. I've already got a couple of fibres prepped. As I say, doesn't need to be too perfect. A couple of light turns. There we go. And a couple of tight turns once I'm happy with the position. Jam. Come in and just quickly snip away the excess that I've got. And then tidy up a bit. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in with for my body of this fly is just natural pheasant tail, cock pheasant tail. As I say, you can see where I've been taking the fibres off it. So I'll be grabbing three for my body, 3 cock hackle fibres out of that, and I've already got one prepped. So there's it prepped there, just 3 fibres together. And all I'm just going to do is just catch this into the top of the hook, run it down. Don't worry about the overhang or the excess. As I say, it's going to tidy itself up. Just get rid of all them. Alright. So just attach that to the top of the hook and then start to wind it round. Maintaining tension. Just gradually coming up the hook. If you let go of this, it will unravel. As you work your way up the hook, I'll just get that bobbin out of the way. It's annoying me. Try and get one more turn in. There we go. I'll come up with my bobbin. I'll put 2 turns in over the top. There we go. And come in a couple of turns over there. Making sure you leave enough portion at the front so you can do your thorax. Then I'm going to come up with my copper rib. Because I've tied my thread this way, I'm bringing my rib up the opposite direction. So what I want to do now is just run it up the hook. Nice evenly spaced turns, maintaining tension again. Depending on how many turns you want on it. I just like having it nice evenly spaced, nice and close together. Up the top of the hook. Bring the bobbin back up. 2 turns over. and then I turn back over the hook then as well, and then just helicopter it off. So it'll tidy up. Then for thorax, we're going to be using natural peacock herl, just the one strand, and I'll grab one out of the bag, and then this is your stock end. I'll snip about 1.5 inches off the stock, like so. And before I tie it in, all I'm doing is just running my hand down the material, and all it does is it just brings it out a bit more, for me anyway. Tighten that in now. Don't be worried about going back in over the body. Bring it to the front of the hook, hold that out of the way, and then because this is peacock herl, being careful with your turns, because if you put too much tension on this, it will snap. So all you're wanting to do is just build up a nice little thorax, making sure you haven't tied too close to the eye, otherwise you'll end up having a very big head when you go to finish this fly. It's just a nice little thorax. I've done that now. 2 turns over the top, holding everything up, and then a couple of turns back, and then maintaining tension in the bobbin. It should just snap off. And then to finish the fly off, we're going to be putting a hackle on it. And the hackle I'm using a TURRALL hen neck, and it's in furnace. Now you can use it in greenwells, but the furnace, I like the majority of my crunchers, I like them tied with a furnace. So all I'm doing is I've grabbed a little feller out already, and I'm just prepping it for the actual hackle I'm going to be using. If you look, that's it prepped now. So that's all I'll be using for the hackle. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to catch this into the top of the hook, making sure it stays on the top, and then run it back to where I want the fibre to start. Bring the thread back up to the front of the hook and snip off your excess. Then come in with your hackle pliers. It's quite dainty, this, so just take your time with it. Come in and catch your hackle pliers onto the top end of it. And as I say, all I'm wanting, because it's a cruncher, all I'm wanting is maybe 2 turns. Nice light dressing. Hackle pliers just slipped off, so I'm just going to catch it in again. So all I'm going to do is come in with 1 turn, pulling the fibres back, like so. And I've slipped off. Don't worry about it. Come back in and start again. I'm going to come in with 1 turn, pulling the fibres back, and come in for my final turn, like so. And then come up with my bobbin, 2 turns over the top, and then a turn back, and then maintaining tension. That should pull away. And then before you tidy up, dry your hands, pull all the fibres back, and then start to build up your head. I say this is where you're getting your hot head from. So just take your time with this. As soon as you build up a nice head, it'll have a nice rich orange head colour on it. That's where you're getting your hot head from. Now, if you want, you can, before you start tying this pattern, you can put an orange bead on it. But as I say, I'm tying this as a competition variant, and you can't fish for beads in competitions. So this is my hot head variant instead of using a bead. Come in and do 2 whip finishes. I do 4 turn whip finish, and I do it twice. There we go. Come in and snip that. And before you come in and varnish it, just run your fingers down the hackle and pinch on both sides, and all that does is it just shapes a hackle for you. And then to finish the head, I'm going to come in with VENIARDS fine head cement. I'm going to put 1 coat on now, put it on my drying stand, and then I'll be putting another coat on. So you can put as many on as you want, but I like just using two coats of VENIARDS fine head cement. Just come in, dab it on the head, rotate the hook, making sure you don't catch any of the hackle, and that's it. Again, I'll put that onto my drying stand. Once it's completely dry, I'll put another coat on. Make sure it's completely dry, otherwise it ends up going claggy. So folks, that's my hot head cruncher. It's a very successful pattern. For me anyway, it has a lot of success for me. Again, mix it up, try a chartreuse head, try a yellow head, even a pink head. It's just, this is your generic pattern, generic cruncher pattern, and I like it. It does very well for me with an orange head on it, and I have had success with the yellow heads and the chartreuse heads. It just depends what you want. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this pattern, folks, and if you get a chance, just have a look at my channel. I've got all types of flies on there. I've got salmon patterns, and then when I eventually get back out in the water and get time to do it, I am going to be taking videos of me actually fishing out in trout fisheries, out on big lakes and out in salmon rivers, and using the patterns that have been tying on this channel. So please like and subscribe, folks, and I'll see you at the next fly.